Alrighty guys, and welcome back to an informative game as Survivor. Now it's not going to be an informative educational rap god game, but it's still going to be an informative educational game. So I've spawned here in the center of the map. I could run through the middle and find out where my teammate is. Now I can hear the Jenny underneath me has already been started. Now what? It's the Jenny's right there to my left hand side. Now you see this light here guys, this light is an indicator that there's a generator that needs to be repaired underneath. While this light is pulsating, it means the generator underneath is not completed. It also works for generators nearby. Now because I was walking, this puts us in it's a Legion, I can hear the heavy breathing from running. Now this puts us in a bad spot if he lands that, but I'm going to try and take a little bit of distancing from him. I can hear he's getting louder. Sounds like he's making a play here. He heard all the crows. I'm sure he did. He's inside somewhere. He's most likely going to be coming through for me. Can't see anything through looking there. But we've got a generator outside and we have a generator underneath. So we've got two Jennies really close together. Against Legion, it's still okay. Against any other killer that can, perform threat like a nurse or a spirit, this could be a really devastating 2-gen strat. Not a 3-gen, but a 2-gen. Looks like Yui was a little bit nervous then and panicked a tiny bit, but that's okay. We're going to get pressure right back on the Jenny. Legion's got his first hit out and it's almost cost him one generator from this gentleman applying pressure straight away like an absolute mad lad. You can see my teammate running there. It looks like Legion is committing to the chase when that is a really bad call. He got a bit of pressure on him and now he's running around in very strong survivor loop. My teammate should be able to hold his own there for at least 2.5 minutes if he chooses to use the resources. He dead-harded for the window as well. Now he's going to be forced to use a pallet. Notice how he used Dead Hard before he used the pallet for maximum utilization. If he goes down for the price of another gen, that's going to help us a lot. This is not leaning towards a 3-gen strat. You see that light up there pulsating yet again above the car that you can see in the distance? That is another indicator that that Jenny needs to be done down there. So we know where every single teammate is. We got one person who's Maya. He left me when I came in this direction, meaning he's most likely downstairs underneath working on the Jenny in the left. Claudette's all the way through the board. The other guy is still currently being chased throughout this phenomenal survivor-sided loop in the middle of the map. As a killer, you need to know when to let go of these certain situations. The best play for this Legion will be force him around a jungle gym, build your bloodlust, and M1 him. At the same time, if the Legion cannot get a hit, or any killer, if you're a killer main and you can't get a hit in 15 seconds or a pallet in 15 seconds, you've generally made a mistake and you should let go of the chase for the vast majority of situations. That's if you misunderstand timing. Obviously, if you have bloodlust after 15 seconds, the game doesn't always go your way. Try and get the hit, try and get some form of value. If he's going to go to a different jungle gym, try and make sure you get 2 pallets for the price of it. There are ways to work around it, but that's like I'm gonna say the training line to work off. Sometimes you might go 12 seconds. Some people might say 22 seconds. It just depends, man. If you overcommit to chases, you'll lose too many gens and you'll find yourself not getting anywhere near as many hooks as you need to before the survivors absolutely destroy you. Realistically, the best play he can hope for is have a slug, have a guy in chase, and then hope that the other guys are coming in for ultrism. That's realistically his best possible play he could be going for. Now we can see there's multiple lights in the house that are flashing, therefore there should be a Jenny that needs to be repaired. Once I repair this generator, we will show you that all these lights will no longer be flashing, they will be on as the generator will be currently repairing the house. Now I've got one teammate who's unaccounted for. I got one teammate who went in for the save, and unfortunately he went down because he had Deliverance. Therefore, he has Deliverance, he most likely has Decisive Strike, he most likely has Dead Hard, and he's most likely going to make a locker play against the killer to help him utilize Decisive Strike. Therefore, the killer can't do anything against my teammate while he has 1 minute of immortality. Very powerful build to look at as a killer. His best play is to slug that guy, even if he has Unbreakable, and then play elsewhere. The killer let him go and came right across the board and caught this guy. Unfortunately, that guy has 1 minute of immortality based on the fact he has Decisive Strike. It's going to hurt the killer. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. My idea for reworking Decisive Strike is, yes, you still have 1 minute of being able to use Decisive Strike, but the second you start working on a generator, Decisive Strike deactivates. I think that is a fair trade-off. My also counterpart to Noed is Noed has tokens for every person you did not hook. Much like Barbecue and Chili. Barbecue and Chili gets a token for everyone you hook. Noed gets a token for everyone you don't hook. Every time you M1 a survivor, it causes the instant down effect, even if they're under BT, and that will consume a token. Much like hitting your obsession with Save the Best for Last, it would consume a token. When all 4 tokens are consumed, the totem destroys itself. I think that would be a balanced change for both Decisive Strike and Noed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So guys, we're going to look for hopefully pressure on the Jenny. It looks like, I don't know where Legion is, but I see where Claudette is. This is fine. Sounds like the heartbeat's getting louder, so it's going to be playing towards us. Looks like he's playing around that jungle gym. I don't even know if he has Pop Goes a Weasel because he's committing to his chases a little bit too long. He's lost 4 Jennies. He needs to hopefully get this guy in between a 3-gen strat or the basement and play around that. Now he can hear this, and you know, if he brings him over here, we'll body block, but he's got a hook where I'm nodding at 2 on the corner, most likely. Yep. A little bit around. His smartest play would be going for his ability. Well played. Alright, that's unfortunate for him. I tried to use the fire against him. He was so focused on the generator, so I'm guessing he does have Pop Goes the Weasel. I don't understand having Pop Goes the Weasel and then tunneling one person for the stack. If you're going to be doing that, you're going to hurt your team. You'd be better off with Surge for the stability on everything around you. That way you know you're at least getting the value out. So he needs to go straight away and check on the other gen, but he spent too much time here. Now that he's over here, he's most likely going to play towards this door. It makes sense, right? She could play the side set. She should dip for distancing right now, but instead she wants to play around the loop. That's a bit of a silly sausage mistake. I need to come in for the body block for her. No, you went right into him, babe. And it looks like Legion's just going to run away and go to the corner. That's multiple stacks to save the best for last. I got a little stuck on the door, but I could still get out. That's okay. He didn't have 8 stacks. If he had 8 stacks, I would have had to play the pallet. All because he went for that play. I was coming in for the body block on the guy when he went to go for the bait, but he actually took the bait rather than going for relying on a solo queue person to make that play. He managed to go for that. So that was a well-played game, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you're watching this one over at YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We do educational survivor content. Sometimes we do it really fast when we're talking. Sometimes we slow it down so a lot of people can understand what is currently happening in the time. So I was applying pressure to the door. We also had a teammate who was going for the loop around the killer. The killer had to come and hit me. That person who originally took the hit, he needed to take white pathing away from that pallet, away from the door, to allow me to prep the door to then come in for the hit. But instead he wanted to play the pull down pallet where the killer got a bloodlust. It still worked out in the end for him, but there were multiple different ways he could have played that jungle gym, and it all ended the same way by looks of things, guys. But GG's well played. If you're watching it over at YouTube, make sure you guys hit that follow button. We do educational live killer content and survivor content over here on Twitch, where you guys can pop in. We do it 5 days a week. Otherwise, guys, we will see you in the next educational informative video. Take care. We'll see you soon.